Recovered tapes files number 3. The basement recording begins with footage recovered from a haunted hospital. Watch carefully because one small detail changes everything before this tape ends. The recovered tape was reportedly discovered inside a locked evidence box after the abandoned hospital was scheduled for demolition. No official explanation has ever followed. According to local stories, nobody entered this basement alone twice. Whether that claim is true remains unknown, but this recording raises difficult questions. The camera moves toward a rusted basement door beneath the haunted hospital. The strange metallic sound you're hearing was already recorded on the original tape. Notice the lights. They flicker at perfectly regular intervals, even though power to the abandoned hospital had supposedly been disconnected years before. Notice the lights. They flicker at perfectly regular intervals, even though power to the abandoned hospital had supposedly been disconnected years before. The recovered tape continues through a narrow hallway. Investigators later claimed this corridor did not appear on any surviving blueprint of the hospital. Scattered medical files cover the floor, but something is missing. Every patient name has been removed, leaving only dates and unexplained warning symbols behind. Keep watching the left side of the frame. Most viewers completely miss what briefly appears near the wall before disappearing into the darkness again. The abandoned wheelchair begins moving without anyone nearby. Whether it was airflow, vibration, or something else, the recovered tape offers no clear answer. The operating room looks untouched for decades, yet one surgical light suddenly turns toward the camera. No visible power source can explain what happens next. Pause the footage if you want, but a dark figure appears for less than a second. This moment made recovered tapes files number 3, the basement recording, widely discussed. A heavy bang echoes behind the steel door beneath the haunted hospital. The camera operator hesitates, then slowly reaches for the rusted handle with shaking hands. As the door opens, the recovered tape captures a long corridor disappearing into darkness. The silence feels unnatural, almost as if something is waiting ahead. Water drips from cracked concrete ceilings while distant footsteps seem to match every movement. Strangely, no second person is ever visible anywhere in the footage. Faded warning signs cover the basement walls, but one message remains readable. It simply says, "Do not continue below," without any further explanation. Inside a small storage room, old hospital equipment sits exactly where it was abandoned. Nothing seems unusual until a faint whisper breaks the silence. Look carefully at the end of the hallway. A shadow crosses the frame for an instant, then disappears before the flashlight can reach it. The camera suddenly glitches with heavy static. When the image returns, several objects have changed position, though nobody appears to have entered the room. Breathing grows louder with every step forward. Whatever is making that sound never appears clearly, yet it seems much closer than before. The flashlight catches movement at the end of the corridor, but it vanishes instantly. The recovered tape never reveals whether anyone was truly standing there. Steam rises from broken pipes beneath the haunted hospital. Moments later, a slow metallic scrape echoes through the basement, growing louder with every passing second. For just a single frame, a tall silhouette appears behind the concrete pillar. Most viewers never notice it until they watch the footage again. The camera reaches an abandoned elevator that should no longer function. Without warning, the indicator light flashes, stopping on the lowest hidden level. Lying on the floor is another camera, identical to the one recording this footage. That impossible discovery changes everything you thought you understood. Fresh marks cover the nearby wall. Even though this abandoned hospital has supposedly remained sealed for years, someone or something may have returned recently. Inside the final storage room, every shelf is empty except one. Resting there is an old evidence case labeled Recovered Tapes Files Number 3, the basement recording. The image begins breaking apart with severe VHS distortion. Audio continues for several seconds, but the camera no longer captures a recognizable picture. A final burst of static fills the screen. Then, a distant voice quietly whispers a single sentence before the recording suddenly cuts without explanation. If this recovered tape is authentic, its final mystery remains unsolved. What do you think happened inside the haunted hospital? Watch again and decide for yourself.